Good morning, everyone. Dean Howell here from GeoSpatial Connect, and today is Friday, 10:30 in Adelaide, and Friday is our business coaching hangout here on Google. So, just as a bit of a recap, we do these hangouts every day. Try most days at around 10:30 Adelaide time. And Mondays is our new members. Tuesday services. Wednesday is job seeker coaching. Thursday products and projects, and Friday is our business coaching. And our business coaching at the moment we're talking about mindset and getting your mind in the right position for building your business. And these webinars can be used for whatever business you like. So we're using the book Think and Grow Rich as that guide, and we're second week in. So last week we looked at a few different things related to desire. So what I'm going to do is switch over to my PowerPoint presentation, and we will go from there. So just bear with me for a second. Got a slideshow. I just need to come back here. Just going to do a couple of things, so keep bearing with me. Just need to share the screen so you can see the PowerPoint. Okay. All right, so let's just go back there. All right, so here we are today. Think and Grow Rich, our business coaching webinar. So part 2 this week is on faith. All right. So let's have a quick recap from last week. We talked about the chapter on desire. So when desire focuses great forces towards your victory, you do not need any way to retreat. Victory is certain. All right. We talked about the 6 definite steps of turning desire into gold, and I'll just quickly recap those. All right. So the first step is to fill your mind with the exact amount of money that you desire. Now, we're talking about, the book's called Think and Grow Rich, but as I said last week, riches can be whatever you want to define. It can be money, it can be other things. So, but you want to set in your mind, fix a definite monetary goal, a definite physical goal, whatever you want to be. Determine exactly what you're going to do in return for what you desire. 3, establish a definite date when you intend to possess what you want to desire. Create a definite plan, write it out, and read it out. They're the 6 steps that we talked about last week. So hopefully everyone who tuned in last week, and if you haven't, you can do it this week. But define those 6 steps and read them out. Set a date to it, and get going on building that business. So we're all talking about that mindset, and we'll go more into that today as well. So desire builds new victory out of temporary defeat. So when you've got that desire, you'll keep going. Things that knock you down will help you to get back up again if you have that desire. If you don't have that definite desire, then you'll let it go, and you'll never obtain it. Okay, desire. Now, in that chapter, the author talked about that desire was the force that helped a boy without ears to hear, a woman with no chance to become a great opera singer, and a sick man whom doctors expected to die pull through safely. So all of those desires have tremendous force if we put them into play. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. So we put our desires out there, and we believe, and we keep focused on it, and we let our mind achieve the goals that we want. So welcome whoever just tuned in then. I'm just going to quickly go back to the hello there. Alright, so I'm just going to minimize that because it's causing my screen to flicker. Alright, so what's going on here? Alright, so we just had a quick recap of last week's presentation, and so we're just about to start the second chapter, which is all about faith. So I'm just going to quickly, if you can mute your microphone unless you're speaking to me, then, oh, that's better. Terrific. Oh, no. So I'm just going to go back there. I'm just going to, all right. So let's get started into today's all right, so the second part of our business coaching session for today is all about faith, and so the second chapter by Napoleon Hill in his Think and Grow Rich book is all about using that faith to take the desire that you put forward in that first chapter. So the author defines it as directed faith makes every thought crackle with power. You can rise to limitless heights impelled by the lifting force of your mighty new self-confidence. And so when you think about those sorts of comments, it sort of goes, it helps you to be directed, it helps you to overcome your obstacles, it helps you to create self-confidence in yourself so that you know that you can do what you need to do. And if you've read the chapter, and I'm going to assume that you've read the chapter, or you're going to read it at some point. So I'm not, the sessions aren't going to be exactly what was in the chapter. It's going to be a sort of a synopsis of each chapter. So, and then we'll discuss, and we'll have any questions that you would like to ask related to that. So, in this chapter on faith, he has 5 steps to self-confidence. So the first step is, I know that I have the ability to achieve the objective of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and here and now I promise to render such action. Now, these steps he's talking about in the book is that you have them written down and you repeat them to yourself out aloud at least once a day. And what that does is it gets your mind in the right place. I have them written down, and they're in my calendar, my electronic calendar. So when the appointment time comes up, the whole thing pops up, and I can just read it. So look at doing something like that, or have it written down on a business card or something that you can read and refer to it as need be. All right. So the second step, and it's all sort of written in the in the first person sort of sense. I realize that dominating thoughts of a mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes a day. upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become and creating a clear mental picture of that person. And what that's doing is actually making you think about who you want to be, what you want to achieve, why you want to achieve it. I remember going through another program, and it talked about your future self. And in that future self, you could talk to that future person and ask them questions, and you get in your mindset where you want to go, what you want to achieve, and why you want to achieve it. And keep that mental process going, because if you think about it, then you can achieve it. Okay, the third step is, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. So what he's saying there is you want to develop your self-confidence, go forward and overcome those issues. Most people sort of hit a roadblock, and because they don't have that definite desire, because they don't know where they're going, they hit a roadblock, they have a vague idea, and they hit that roadblock, and then they give up. So develop that self-confidence in yourself while you're doing things, and put the action in place. Okay, step number 4. All right, write it down. Now, he talked about that in that first step. So I've clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and will never stop trying until I have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. So in the 6 steps in the first chapter, one of the key ones was to write it down. You write it down, and by writing it down, it goes into your mind. By then reading it, it reinforces what you've put into your mind. So write it down and continue to read it on a regular basis. This is for anything that you want, any goals that you have. So we're talking about developing business, but it's also developing your mindset for whatever you want to achieve. So 5 steps, the 5th step, I should say, and this is sort of a very much a personal, moral sort of statement, I guess. I fully realise that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. Now that's all about doing the right moral things. And you can mix those words up to find your own moral settings, but it's really about finding what you believe in and working towards it, and realizing that by helping others you will achieve your success. And it's impossible to do anything alone. You need the help of others, you need to help others, and that's what it's all about, is being positive and working towards that service and providing the service. And if you can provide the service, then people will pay for that service, or will join you in your business, or will join your charity, or whatever it happens to be. All right, so the last one, so we've gone through the 5 steps, and basically you write them all down and you sign your name to it, commit it to memory, and repeat it each day. And doing that will reinforce it in your mind, and you'll really get to understand why you're doing that. Now, I'm just going to quickly flick screens again. Okay. All right. So if you do have any questions at any stage, then just drop them into the chat, um, or put your mic back on and just interrupt me. I don't really mind. I'm just having to flick backwards and forwards because it for some reason causes my screen to flicker if I have both of them going at the same time. So, all right, so we'll keep going. So they're the 5 steps to self-confidence. So write them down. They're all listed in the book. You can download from the net. It won't cost you anything. All right, so what this is all about is auto-suggestion. Now, next week's session is going to be, we'll delve more into auto-suggestion, but there's a great poem in the book on auto-suggestion. So that first part is all about getting your desire, listing them down and moving towards them. So now we've got how it actually works. Okay, so and it's getting it in your mind, getting your mind right, and keeping positive. So this poem in the book is actually quite an interesting thing. So I thought I'd read it out today, and if you have any comments, then just let me know. So, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. If you think high to rise, you've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battle don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or late the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. So that poem was written by Walter Wintle, and a very long time ago, because it's in, like, Think and Grow Rich was written in 1927 or something. So that poem has been around for a very long time, and it all talks about thinking. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think, and that, that's the title of the book, Think and Grow Rich. It's all about that mental attitude. We're trying to get our mindset right so we can build a business or be successful in whatever we want to do. So it's all about setting the foundations right. Yep, we can have the greatest business idea or greatest technical skills, but if we don't have it right in our mind, then we're not going to go further than a great idea. Okay, so points to pin down from that chapter. Okay. Faith is indispensable for success. Faith is induced and strengthened by instructions you give to your subconscious mind. So it's all about having that faith in yourself, having that faith in your idea, having that faith in the business you want to build, having the faith of the people around you, and getting it into your mind and really making it an inevitable part of your daily life. Okay, so take those 5 steps of confidence, like write them down, and make sure that you're reading them out. Okay, all right. And there's an interesting point that is made that the same steps that can be used to think yourself in disaster, you think yourself into victory and happiness. So your mind is a really powerful thing. It can be used to make you successful. It can also be used to make you unsuccessful. If you don't think you can, then you can't. Okay. All right. So there was made some comments in it about men like Lincoln and Gandhi and how they used thoughts, and they had this like magnetic attraction of people, and so they were able to, without force and without anything, they were able to work with people, get people to think the same way as they wanted to, and achieve greatness. Okay, and this is what we talked about before. It's all about that service. It's essential to give before you get. Rich men learned this long before they turned um, their business into a successful business. And so it needs to work with and for the public and still be profitable. At the end of the day, we still want a profitable business. So you need to have an idea that's going to work and be usable. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of faith. So you need to have that faith. Once again, if you don't believe you can, then you can't. But if you really believe you can, you can. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the other screen. I'm just going to bring it back over here. Leslie's just asked the title of the book, and it's called Think and Grow Rich. So I'll just write that down. It's just the title of the presentation. And it's by a guy by the name of Napoleon Hill. So you can download that, and you can like there's PDF versions on the web that you can just download and read, or you can go out to the bookshop and buy it. It's not very expensive, but it's a great book to have in any sort of library. All right, so do we have any questions for today? As I said on the screen, how can I help you? Let me just bring that up on the other. So how can I help you today and into the future? Now, that's the whole crux of our business coaching webinars. It's really about how I can help you. And we're trying to get some mindset things going in these sessions, but my goal is to actually try and help you along the way. So all right, so yep, thank you for that, Leslie. Leslie's just said he liked the positive ideas about self-confidence, and it is, doing anything is all about self-confidence. When you do an exam, you have to be confident in that you can do well. When you go to apply for a job, you need to have that self-confidence in yourself. When you're building a business, you need to have self-confidence in yourself and your ideas and the people around you. It all is, it's one of those funny things in that until people realize it, you can have the greatest idea but a really bad mindset, and it's difficult to venture. Now, that's not to say, there's people out there who succeed and have really bad mindsets. I mean, as an example, there's plenty of drug dealers out there who make lots of money. Having said that, they've probably got a great positive mindset because they know that they can sell lots of their product and they can sell it and make lots of money. It's maybe not the greatest thing to be doing, but so a lot of those things don't last for a long time because you're in an atmosphere where it's not very positive. So what you want to do is surround yourself with positive people, surround yourself with like-minded people who are going to take you in the direction that you like, that you want. Okay, so I'm just going to, for the last two slides, I'm just going to switch back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so that was just my questions. So if you have any questions at any point, then just drop me an email, okay? All right, so next week, we're going to be talking about auto-suggestion, and we touched a little bit on that today, But yeah, grab the book, download the PDF, and read step 3 on auto suggestion, and then join us again, and we will go through that. Now, if you want some personal coaching, um, what I would like to do is, if you can visit the website that I've listed there, deanhowe.me, and you can join me in my Empower business. You get a 25 for $25 a month. You get your own blog, but you'll also get one-on-one coaching from myself in whatever you need. So that might be job coaching, business coaching, um, uh, throwing business ideas around, collaboration. We can talk about all of those things. So for just $25 a month, you receive the viral blogging platform, and so go there now, www.deanhowe.me, and just costs $25 a month, and you get your coaching with me. And so we're just back to myself. So thank you, everyone. Does anyone have any other questions that they'd like to discuss today? We can throw the floor open if people have questions. And if not, we will wrap it up there for today. And as I said, the links for the PDF I mentioned, not off the top of my head, Leslie, but just do a search. Think and Grow Rich PDF download free. And I found heaps of them. And if you can't find it, I've got a PDF copy. I can email it to you if you really want it. So, but yeah. So remember, we do these webinar sessions every day, 10:30, on a range of topics. Mondays is for our new members. Tuesday services. Wednesdays our job seeker coaching. Thursday products and projects, and Fridays our business coaching. And we'll continue next week with the third part of Think and Grow Rich on auto suggestion. So appreciate your time today, and and I will see you on the next webinar. If you have any questions anytime, then certainly let me know. Join me if you need some personal coaching, and we'll take it from there. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.